Hey everyone, Dude, it's Jude here back with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel video, and once again we're talking about branded Cyber Dragons. So I've been playing it for a week now, almost a week, since the new pack released, and I was able to reach Diamond 5 with branded Cyber Dragons, and over the last 20 matches, I have 3 losses in 20 games, and that's actually really amazing. So I was able to play through a lot of disruption and allowed me to OTK smoothly for the most part. Also got a few multi-turn grind game duels which have been really nice. But for the most part, this is actually the best Cyber Dragon OTK deck right now. And it's just so fun to play. I'll just show you my deck list. This is kind of similar to the deck profile I showed on the previous video, so if you want to learn more about branded Cyber Dragon, the basic cards for it, you can check out that video. But for this one, I did a little update, so I went with 2 Albaz, removed the Nibiru here, and added Guardian Chimera, which is really insane in this deck. So it's a really good card to have. And yeah, 45 cards is a bit too much for some people, but for me, I think this is okay. You can run upwards of 42 to 45 with branded Cyber Dragon, and it's still pretty consistent. Allows you to get board breakers or just fusion spells galore. There are 5 fusion spells, actually 6 fusion spells you can access, and it's really insane. And you have like a +1 engine with Fight for Patchwork. This gets you 2 free cards, a free poly, and a free material, so really insane. 2 Albaz, 2 Aluber, just for consistency and just to allow you to resolve Brand Fusion and get into your Albions and Lubellions and Mirror Jades often. Masquerade is great anti-recovery. Think of it as like how you would use Zeus in a pure Cyber Dragon build, where when you can't OTK, you're gonna just have to deal with anti-recovery next turn, and Masquerade kind of does that by burning the opponent. Really insane. Now, with that in mind, let's check out the replays. So there are some replays I want to show you. These are none of these. I think only one of these is like a turn one OTK, which I'll be showing first. The rest are crazy grind games that are really fun and somehow weird, but just shows you how much gas this deck has. So let's jump right into the very first replay. I forgot what this deck is. So kind of an okay hand, maybe. I wish there's a spell for Guardian Chimera. So I just straight up Ash this one. My opponent's Branded Fusion, just there, they hit cross out. So what I did here, go Max C, so I can get a card out of that Branded Fusion summon. And my opponent chain Branded Opening, so there's less one card to draw for me, which is fine. So my opponent gets to resolve Branded Fusion, and at least that would give me a card I can use. So Albaz and Stay Sailor, so that's Albion. And Aluber gets an effect. Albion also activates the effect to Fusion Summon, and Stay Sailor, Romarin also gets an effect. I'm not sure what this card does, but he does an effect. Oh, sends Garden Rosemaid into Graveyard. So Albaz plus Aluber for Lubellion. And Aluber just gets another copy of Branded Fusion, which is weird because I thought they were gonna get Branded in red, but I guess they wanted the any card just for the Lubellion discard, so just for that. And so they end on a pretty decent board. So Albion, Mirror Jade, and Lubellion. Although Albion and Lubellion don't really do anything, they don't negate or disrupt, and Mirror Jade only has the disrupt, so it's kind of tricky. But this is still a decent board with big bodies, so it's hard to OTK through those stuff. So what I did is Branded Opening first. So Chainlink 1 Aluber, Chainlink 2 Hertz. So just to get Cyber Dragons in the graveyard, 2 Cyber Dragons. And I got Branded Fusion. So next up is just activating Branded Fusion because I wanna bait that Mirror Jade. So I just go Albion here. And Albion effect to summon Rebellion here. And discard Maxi, but you know, my opponent finally activates a Mirror Jade, which I wanted to happen. So they banished the Albion, which is weird, but hey, I got myself my own Mirror Jade, so what I'll do here is banish the opponent's Mirror Jade, and my goal is to make sure I can OTK here, which I think I can. So what I'm gonna do here is Cyber Dark Chimera, go into Power Bond into my favorite win card here, Chimera Attack Rampage, 4200 attack. Activate, so you can just go triple attack. So Mirror Jade attacks first, Rampage attacks, and then I just use Chimera, and then there's two more attacks, so you know, this is a win. Relatively, one of the smoothest victories I had in those 17-3 run, in that 17-3 run. It's really okay. Next up we have not sure what this one is. Kind of forgot, but there's a duel against Sword Soul if I recall, but it's not this one. So let's fast forward a bit. So oh yeah, this is a Tri-Brigade. So Kit, Nerval, the usual Tri-Brigade graveyard mill, and then Karas. Karas will summon. I think this is Rugal for some reason. And then they went Appaloosa, which is weird. So I'm not sure if this. I forgot if this was like a Revolt or an Imperm, but I think it's an Imperm. And then they summoned Appaloosa and Almirage, which is weird because Appaloosa only has 2 negates. So you can see how went there. They went Maxi, which I hit with Called By, but they used Ghost Bell, which is surprising. But hey, Ghost Bell, that's the job of Ghost Bell. So I just Duster the Imperm, go Fright for Patchwork just to activate, and then go Branded Fusion, Albion, usual, and Albion effect, which gets negated, Edge Imp Chain. So what I'll do here is just attack Appaloosa, attack with OG, and attack with Albion. And I just decided to do that because I can't really do anything after. So they kind of popped off here. So they have a Fractal. So Fractal allows them to get Bearbrum for Revolt. But the problem is they don't have a card in hand, which will punish them. So Doom Eagle, thank you for returning my Albas to the deck. They went access code early, even though they get OTK, which for me is weird. So they just popped my Edge Imp, which allows me to get Fright Fur. I think they popped Albion, which allows me to get a Branded Fusion at the end of the turn, and then they attack Bearbrum. Really weird, actually. So I just get another Branded Fusion there, so you know, just get me in the game. And I drew Cyber Emergency, so that means I get Cyber Dragon Core, Cyber Dark Realm. I guess you know where this is going. So I went Branded Fusion first before I go for the Rampage play. So I went up with my other Albion and go with the Hertz just for the Cyber Dragon material. Go Rebellion. So I'm gonna go for Mirror Jade here because I can't out that access code, so I just have to banish it. And then Mega Fleet for that Bearbrum. They get Revolt, but they have to shuffle that back. And then going to the Rampage play where they scoop. So as you can see, there's just a lot of gas, so it allows you to play through a ton of negation. So even though the opponent's board is weak there, I just wanted to show you how much stuff you can do with Branded Cyber Dragon. So it's really neat. Third duel, I can't remember which one this is again, so we're just going in blind. I just saved a couple of replays that showcase like how much you can do with this deck, so it's really fun. So this is Sword Soul, I think. Sword Soul Tenhi. Yeah, Sword Soul Tenhi. So they just go long one, Chishao. So that's either gonna be a Barone. I think this was a Barone, which is like the standard combo. And then they went oh yeah, this is the duel where they went weird. So this is a weird duel where my opponent decided to spam tokens on my field and their field. They went IP Masquerena. And then they have a Linkery Bow, which turns into Union Carrier. Union Carrier attaches a Buster Lock on that IP, which is annoying. But I'm not sure what they really wanted to happen here, so they passed here with this board. So they have one negate, and they can't really play through a lot of stuff. So I went Droplet here, but they went Dimension Fusion. They mentioned Barrier, so yeah, it's really weird. So I went just Edge Imp Chain here just to attack the IP, which won't happen. So I just passed and hope they won't kill me, which I don't think they will. So Union Carrier just puts another material, which is really weird, and for some reason they left all the tokens on my field alive. Allows me to survive. So what I did, I just put Despin Tragedy on face down, so they can just pop that. I get another card, which is fine. Union Carrier attaches another material. And now they finally decide to attack all the cards I have. Weird. So I just went with Hertz. They activate IP Masquerena, which is... So as you can see, that Avermax wasn't the play for them because, you know, I just went Mega Fleet. Now gives me an extra material. They bounce Mega Fleet, which is fine. So I just bring back Aluber from Graveyard to negate the Barone and get Fright for Patchwork. Allows me to go into Guardian Chimera. So this allows me to pop one card and draw two. And it's weird that they negated Aluber. Maybe they thought they would get the Barone negate, but you know, I had too much gas there, so I had Branded and they scooped. Weird duel, but yeah, it was funny that funny they went with that. So yeah, this is their deck. So Bird of Paradise lost. That's one interesting tech. Next up we have another replay. We have two more replays to show you guys before we end this video. So this is against interesting matchup, I guess. So, oh yeah, well, can't remember what this one is. I think this was a matchup that's just filled with hand trap interruptions. So I think this is just a game I won on hand traps ago, which is funny. But I do have my Fright Fur, which is fine. They negate that. I negate that, so... Oh yeah, this one is duel where I think I was able to just go all out. And so I'm gonna go Branded Fusion here. Albion. Trailik 1. Albion, Trailik 2 Hertz. And I just went with Rampage here. And thank god they don't have Imperm here. So I just went with a triple attack. And Albion play, which is the basic OTK line. The most basic OTK line you can do here. Kinda like how you can do it with Infinity and Rampage. So that's how simple it is. Now this one is the final replay here. The spicy duel against the Sword Soul player. With Chishin Long One, and both of us had a lot of gas, but you know, the gas I got was because of him special summoning a ton. So let's go. So decent, weird hand here actually. So they summoned Moye, so I just chain Maxi. They didn't have a hand trap to respond to, so they just kept summoning, I guess. So they got Chishao. They get another token. Long one. Long one gets another token. Chishin long one. They burn me and they get Taya, so they summon another token. And they went with Dragite here, which is another negate. Two back row. So my first instinct here is to go to droplet these three monsters, but hey, they got Dimensional Barrier, which stuns me for a turn, which is annoying. But hey, I get to negate three monsters, so they won't stop me from interrupting me. So what I did here was go with just Patchwork, just to get card advantage. So yeah, and then I go Cyber Dragon, Albaz, just attack over Qixing Gongwan and Qishao, and set back row. So they go with Adhara Recycle to get long one for next, you know. And for some reason, Dragite just excavated their deck, even though I don't think they have any rock monsters. I go activate Maxi here, which they didn't negate, which is funny. So I just tried to call by the Ecclesia, but that one gets negated, which is fine. So they're summoning another token. They're going for another Chishao. And I just Ash this one just for them to not get another card. So they go into Geomatmic Final Sigma, which is surprising. And then they go for a Barone here. So before they went to Barone, or before they go to that 4-6, I just made sure I had enough bodies so they won't kill me on that turn. So I get burned again. Barone pops the OG, which is fine. And this is where their mistake happened because if they were able to, if they didn't pop my OG Cyber Dragon and just went for the attack position for the Aluber, I think they would have had enough damage there. Because they didn't, well, they gave me a free turn. So what I did here, Despin Tragedy Banish so I can get opening. I activate Polymerization to get Masquerade just for the burn. And I go for Final Sigma using Hertz. And, you know, I get my OG Cyber Dragon back. I go Cyber Dark Realm. And I go with my first Branded Fusion, so, you know, just to bait Barone. I go with Cyber Emergency, just for the extra card. Cyber Dark Realm, I activate Chimera, which gets negated by Chisha, which is fine. And then I activate my other Branded Fusion, and this allows me to go into Albion. I guess you know where this line is going. So this goes into Lubellion, and Lubellion turn into Mirror Jade, and I activate Mirror Jade effect to remove Barone and go lethal. So, and Mega Fleet for game, because you know you want to end on a Cyber Dragon attack. So yeah, those are the replays that I wanted to show you, and that's the updated branded Cyber Dragon profile. I would just like to say this is a really great way to play Cyber Dragons, and such a fun deck to play. It's really exciting. It's a lot of gas. You can break board and just keep playing, keep summoning fusion monsters until they give up, and you can OTK. It's really fun. If you wanna know more about this branded Cyber Dragon build, you can check out my previous video. I'll put the link in the description and put it on the timeline here. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. But yeah, that has been my branded Cyber Dragon deck profile update and some gameplay analysis there. I hope you liked the video, and if you're a fan of Cyber Dragons, you can check out my channel. I have some Cyber Dragon deck profiles like the pure Cyber Dragon build, the one with DP Insight and Power Bond, if you're a fan of that. And also other decks, so Adventure Tenyi is there as well. And if you like this video, you can like the video, you can comment if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And if you like the channel content overall, you can just subscribe, help the channel grow. But this has been my branded Cyber Dragon deck profile update video, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. For now, it's farewell and see you in the next video. So, bye.